Okay, so we've had a change of shirt, spilled something on it, and we're separating the videos. Because the first video took a very long time to explain my dislikes, because there's a lot of them. But I have equally as many likes as I do dislikes. That's number one for separating the two videos. Another reason for separating the videos is there are some things that I'm going to talk about that actually contradict what I said. First is the second thing I'm going to say. The very first thing that I like about, oh, hang on, we're talking about likes, so we might as well go on ahead and take off the dingle dongle. Didn't hit the monitor. We got to talk about that monitor one of these days. Like, don't scratch the monitor. Okay. We don't need the dongle anymore. You know what? I just thought of something. I'm going to put number 0. Number 0. Number 0 is going to be brighter screen. And I don't even know if it's in my list, but it is very obvious that you can clearly see this phone from way over there and how sharp it is. This is a sharper, better screen than my iPhone 6s Plus. It really is. That's number 0. Number 1 is this phone here is bigger than my iPhone 6s Plus. Now, when I'm referring to my old, I'm not going to always yell out 6s Plus. I'm actually going to say my old phone. So whenever I say my old phone, I am literally referring to my iPhone 6s Plus from this point forward. So I don't have to repeatedly say those words. Compared to my old phone, this phone is bigger. In fact, every phone that Apple sells right now is bigger than my old phone. Number 2 on the list, and this is where we get a little bit on the contradictory thing here. This phone is very, very good. It is fast, much more faster than my old phone. It has a Bionic chipset on the inside. And it actually seems like in some cases the phone is faster than my old phone. But in some situations, it's faster, but still not as fast as I would think the machine should be moving. Whereas my old phone would take 5 seconds to do something. This takes 3 seconds or maybe 2 seconds to do something. And I was expecting to have no hesitation between photo editing. You know, when it goes into photo editing mode, I was expecting 0 hesitation. I was like, bam, like milliseconds, ready to run. But it's costing a couple seconds. And every second counts, because when I end up in a retirement home when I'm 95 years old, when I'm in a retirement home, I'm going to be thinking about the iPhone situations that I had. How many seconds did they cost me? Number 3. The quality of the screen is... Oh, I actually did mention this here. Look at that. So number 0 is actually number 3 on the list. Ha! I thought I must have already thought of that. Anyway, some people complain that this device is not 1080p. That it's in between 1080p and 720. My LumaFusion on here actually rated it as being 750, which is an odd number. So it's kind of in between those two. It's not exactly the best premium screen that you could get with all the pixels and everything on the inside, but it's still better than what I had before. And you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. Another deterrent from getting the Pro models was the Pro had OLED, or OLED, however you want to pronounce it. I've never used the OLED device, and I know that it's a flashing screen. And because I've never used that technology before, I don't know whether or not I should be afraid of it. Will it give me headaches? I know when I migrated over to this, I didn't have any headaches. there was no eyes adjusting to this type of display, which sometimes happen when you go from one phone to another. It just did not happen in this situation because I went from an LED or LCD to LCD. So I'm not really switching tech. I just got a better version of the same tech that I had. So get this here. I gotta pause for a second. I need to sip on something. Hang on. When it comes to number 4, which is haptic touch, I like it over 3D touch. And the reason I like it is because I refuse to explain 3D touch to my mom. It doesn't make 100% sense because she is not a tech person. Get done now. I think it's better. Haptic is better than 3D. That's what I found. I'm actually using haptic touch more than I did 3D touch. So that's my opinion. You know, you can give my opinion, you can ball it up, you can throw it in the trash can and burn it. I don't care. But my opinion is 3D was not as good as this haptic. Haptic is something I'm actually using now. It's a choice that I prefer. The next thing, number 5. Number 5 is the iPhone is much louder. Woo! Okay. This iPhone is so loud. And when I say it's so loud that it wakes me up every freaking morning now. And this is actually going to lead into number 6. But the phone is so loud and so crisp and clear that I can hear a lot of everything that's going on. The sound feels, it feels, and you can hear it. It's very full. It's lush. Dolby is working. Dolby is working on this one here. I mean, it's working. But the phone is much louder than my older phone, and it's so loud that I can hear the bad quality of the ringtones that I've had on my iPhone since my iPhone 4 days. That's how loud and clear this thing is. I can hear the defects in the original music ringtones that I've been using, because I use Robot Chicken for phone calls. Some clucking chickens calling me. Who is it? Why should I pick up? Some of my alarm is actually, Final Fantasy. I got that as a ringtone. When I saw the movie, dude had picked up, it was like, ringing, he picked it up. And I was like, oh man, that's his ringtone. I want that for a ringtone. It used to be the ringtone. It's not the ringtone now. Now it's the freaking chickens, but But I still use it as an alarm or whatever. And whenever it goes off sometimes, or whenever it goes off and there's someone in the area that had played one of the Final Fantasy games, they turn around and look at me and it's like, yeah, it's exactly what it is. Okay, let's keep going. We don't want this to be another 20-minute video. So that one's gone. Is this Pingo? Oh, the boxing experience in general, amazing. Again, it was really nice. Hang on. It's really nice to get in there, see all the stuff that's in there, and just, it still smells like the factory. It smells like the factory. There's a little bit of sweat in there too. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, so bad. So like I was saying, 5 led into number 6. Number 6 is my old phone accidentally got dropped into snow. And when it got dropped into snow, for about 30 seconds, it actually killed some of the volume of the speaker. So my alarm from that day forth, it was maybe like halfway into its life. Half of the life of my old phone, the speakers were not as loud anymore because I had accidentally dropped it in the snow for like 30 seconds. I reached in and I grabbed and I pulled it out and I did as much as I could. I put it in rice and all the other stuff. The rice was not life for this freaking phone. The phone survived but that audio was never as high as it could have been. It was permanently, damaged. It really was. That's a sad thing. But the good thing is, this phone here uses IP68. It's rated for IP68, which basically means that I can put this in water for X amount of time, have it splash in water X amount of time for 2 meters, I believe, for X amount of time. And the cool part about it is it'll survive. I'll get it out, I'll dry it, and it should not be damaged. It should not be damaged. Now, I know the iPhone Pro could have gotten me a better rating on the IP68 scale, but I'm okay with what I got. I'd rather have something, because something is better than nothing. Okay? The next thing, wireless charging. This is a very big issue in the house here. My old phone, my old Android, which I have used for recording, actually had the device on the inside so that I could do wireless charging. I actually purchased equipment so that I can do that whole wireless charging during that time period I actually had and used my old Motorola. I've since stopped using that Motorola, which is totally fine, but still have the equipment. I keep it at my desk at work. And I tried this out at work. It does work. This thing has the wireless stuff on the inside, the key charger, and it freaking works. I like that. In some of the cars that I rent back and forth, they have it so you just put it on the pad, and when you put it on there, it's charging while you go. It doesn't charge fast, but that's not my problem. It's not Apple's problem. It does charge. That's the only thing that really matters. You'll get a little bit of juice while you're using juice. So, that I'm very happy about. I wish my iPad actually had that, but apparently it was not an option at the time. The next thing is the appearance. I like the look. No words, just Apple logo. Okay, so you already know that, and this is where we get a little on the contradictory side too. You already know that I'm a big fan of the iPhone 4s and 5s because that style, that metal and glass style, I just absolutely love. There are some things that I like about this. I like the glass. I also like having not the glass on the back, but it being broken down to just having the Apple logo. And that's it. You don't need to advertise iPhone 6S Plus 9RZ 27. You don't have to do all of that. Just put the Apple logo on there. You as a user should know what you bought. If you pay more than $5 for one of these things, you should know how much you put out for it and what the heck you bought. You should not have an Apple phone and say, it's an Android, I believe. I don't know what I have. If you don't know what you bought, you may not be that intelligent. I know it's mean to say. Give me a dislike if you want to. I know it's mean to say, but you got to be pretty freaking stupid to pay almost $1,000 for a freaking phone and then not know what the hell you bought. Next is going to be the camera. I love the camera. When it comes to the camera, it does have a steep bell curve. Okay? It's got a steep bell curve. Steep. It's huge. It's like the bell curve is like way up here. Okay? I'm like right there. I'm still in the 30%. I'm still going uphill. The camera has a lot of complexities to it. It's on both scales. This is another part where I'm contradicting myself, whereas I don't like how many features it has, but at the same time, some of these features will be useful in the future for specific projects. I love that I actually have the ability to do night photos. I'm wondering about this deep fusion that I've heard a little bit about. I'm hoping that it will bring more light to dark filming, so that I can do more stuff at night, because one of the projects that I want to do is a car video using my old rust bucket, using it, but at night you wouldn't be able to see all the rust. And I'm pretty sure I can make it shine at night too. You know, I got some ideas for another video, a really cool video, something I can use to submit to some places. The next thing, I think that was it. Making it's a big leap for me to jump from a 6S Plus to an 11, and there's a lot of little things that Apple has done in between that time that I'm still learning. Like I said in my previous video, the way I use the camera is more like guerrilla tactics. Pull out, shoot, put it back up. I'm a quick shot guy. I don't want to do a whole bunch of adjusting. I just want it ready to go. Bam, done. I don't want the studio stuff where I have to adjust for this, I have to adjust for that. It's a lot of automated things that I wish I could just turn off and just get a raw shot. And then maybe tweak that if I have to, do a couple of raw shots. It all depends. We'll see what happens, but I am exploring other apps to see if that will actually resolve the issue, but there is a bit of a learning curve when it comes to the camera settings. So, the next thing is, and this is the last one that's on the list here, very last thing that's on the list. Speaking of which, notifications. Now, I can point this to you right now, and I can say to myself, I have 2 notifications from my wife right here, right now. If anyone picked up my phone and they saw it right now, what they would see is my wife's name and the word messages. That's it. This is creepy. The Face ID thing, she's a texting person. Okay, so the second I flipped it over, it opened up. It opened up because of the face. Oh, hang on. It opened up because of the Face ID. It recognized I am CF Gamble. Because it recognized who I was, the notifications opened up and they were able to be read, and that's some security that I freaking love that security. That is freaking awesome. That's high tech. That's freaking awesome. And it's awesome because strangers can't read my messages. Only I can read my messages. She just sent me another one. I'm going to put it in my face. She sent me another one. Yeah, she's a messaging maniac right now, which is freaking awesome. And the thing is, I'm the only one that can read it. Unless you cut off my head and put my hand in front of it and then turn it on, okay? I don't think I have to be alive like the iPhone 6S Plus, which required you to have a thumb with a pulse to turn it on. So now I can be killed and my face can... Hang on, I gotta reply to her. Okay, so I think I've pretty much explained this here. This is a cool feature that is extremely creepy, but I like it. I like that those notifications, if my coworker picks up my phone, coworker can't read my notifications, but with the second I put it in front of my face, it'll read my notifications. Don't chew ice. You should never chew ice. Okay, so I think that is all. These are my likes. I don't have anything else to add to this video. It is what it is.